7:06 p.m. And we are tabling June's minutes because as soon as I so in that case, like when I would like previous minutes, I wrote review, it should say previous minutes. And then I would just write, table until next meeting.
Yep.
And you could put due to an absence, or you don't have to put it. I was going to come at you and ask why they were tabled. So that would just bring us then to the director's report.
Alrighty. Our new hours went into effect on June 30th. As a reminder to everyone, we are now open Mondays 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Tuesdays 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Wednesdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., Thursdays 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I held interviews for the library assistant position. We received many promising applications, and I offered the position to Deborah Griffin with a tentative start date of July 28th, pending paperwork finishing on time.
Yep.
So fingers crossed. I've begun working on the RS report, and the financial report / state aid compliance report will open soon. You will see some of the year-end stats at the end of this report. We have started looking at circulation data to determine how well each of our collection areas are performing. This will help inform purchasing decisions and collection maintenance efforts, such as whether to increase or decrease how much shelf space to dedicate to a collection. Summer reading has started. As of right now, we have over 50 children and adults signed up to participate, and we look forward to seeing everybody's progress throughout the summer. Summer reading ends on August 23rd. We hosted a beaded necklace craft for adults led by Sue Underwood on July 1st, which had 10 participants. It was our first time hosting an adult program at the library, and 10 seems to be a good limit for how many crafters can be in this room at the same time. Wasn't really sure how it was going to go, but everybody got in here.
Do we have another table set up or anything?
Yeah, we rolled in the table from the children's room.
Okay.
It's medium height. It worked. Everybody was fine, but it was definitely the cap. So, Hadley and I will be attending the Conservation Committee meeting on Wednesday, July 16th. They reached out to us about collaborating on some programs to raise awareness about their mission. My initial thoughts were to hold a story time at one of their sites or install a story walk along the Berlin hiking trail. So we'll be talking more with them about what they hope to accomplish and how we can be a part of it.
Sounds good. I love story walks.
Me too.
Yeah.
They're so fun.
Yes, hopefully we can get one installed. I know we had one at the Solon Pond Mall, I think, during COVID.
Yeah.
So get one in town.
That'd be fun.
That'd be great.
And then we have our stats for the month. Like I said, I did for the year. So very good June.
Yeah, things look really good.
Our second highest month in a long time. So it might just be a summer bump, but we'll see. And then our year-end stats, with the caveat that we were not very good in regards to tracking many of our stats prior to these recent months. In particular, FY24 program numbers, and especially visitor numbers, should be taken with a grain of salt. The visitor numbers for FY25 are an estimate, though there's more data there to back it up. I look forward to seeing even more accurate numbers next year. The FY25 program numbers are accurate. FY24 are also pretty accurate, but I'm not 100% confident. So just keep in mind. And there are a number of data points that go into those year-end reports. Please let me know if you would like more detailed breakdowns of any or all of the numbers. You can do circulations by age range, format, program types, where we held the programs, almost anything that you might want. And I can prepare a more formal year-end report with graphs and charts if it's of interest to the board. I
Okay.
didn't want to put together a whole bunch of data sets and for no
Unnecessary,
reason.
yeah. No, I think it'd be cool to know like where the programs were offered and what the attendance is, just to compare like, do people attend more when it's here versus next door, or the 1870, or if it's at like another location,
Mhm.
because I know sometimes we do stuff with like Summer Star or Wild Star, whatever that.
Yeah.
Like,
For the most part, I can tell for the RS reports, we either say on-site or off-site. So at the library or not at the library.
yeah.
So I could get that. I don't know how much more specific I could get in terms
Oh
of
yeah,
specific.
no, that's what I
documents and
meant.
card.
Yeah. On-site versus off-site.
But overall, we went up.
I know, I
I
think
think
that's
that's
good. I love the programs offered numbers.
Yes.
That's a huge jump.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
A lot of that just has to do with, well, one, having a full staff, which we didn't have for good chunks of last year.
Yeah.
Now we have like consistent story times happening and regular monthly programs. And each story time counts as its own program, so there's almost 52 right there.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Do you have any questions or anything about the director's report?
Nope.
Perfect. Then I will move to approve the director's report as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So the director's report is approved unanimously as submitted. Alright, and move on to the financial report.
So in the interest of saving paper, I'm not doing arts and crafts to
Put it all
tape together 5 different pages. I just did the last month for FY25, and then I also sent you the first month for FY26. Mostly to show what the budget looks like for this year. But for FY25, things have pretty much wrapped up. I'm still waiting on one invoice from Telegram and Gazette, which should be here in the next couple of weeks. And I submitted an encumbrance form to hold our remaining $114 or ish, wherever we ended up to pay for that. I opted to not continue with the Telegram and Gazette subscription because people aren't really reading it. And it didn't seem like a good use of our money anymore. So that's why that invoice is a little delayed, because I don't know, they have to recalculate
It's
what we owe them.
prorated, yeah.
So just waiting for that to come in. And then I ended up having to take some out of the LigMag account just as those year-end invoices came in, and our book supplier Ingram finally caught up on all our orders, and suddenly we had a few more invoices than I was expecting. So, but it didn't take too much out, and it should all balance out. There might be some small adjustments as the accounting department closes the books for the year, and they double check everything. So some things might move around, but no more than, $100 or so of adjustments. And then the FY26, like I said, I just sent it so that if you wanted to compare where we're going to be spending money this year versus last year, you can. There's not too many changes. I added a new line for databases, which we didn't have before, so like when I pay for a news bank or BrainViews, the online tutoring platform that we have, I now have a space to actually put those. Before I was just putting them in e-content, I think, for adults.
Okay.
And I took out any budgeted amount for programs and association fees, because we had to do all that kind of budget reconfiguring during the last budget season to get the extra position, so I left the lines in there in case things move around and I opt to spend appropriated funds towards those, but for the most part I think those will be coming out of the revolving accounts. Like there's already a $180 that was for the beaded necklace program. So
Okay.
that's the plan.
Sounds good.
Keep you all updated, of course, as it goes.
Alright. I don't know, I had something and it's gone.
It'll come back. Right as we end, it'll come back.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Do we pay for canopy?
So we did. We paid a one-time fee to get it for the year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still wavering on if we give it another year or not.
Okay.
So I'll have to look into how it will work moving forward, because it's something like you...
The first year is probably
Yeah.
an introductory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you
Okay.
kind of put a budgeted amount into the account for like a month at a time, because when users sign up to use Canopy, they get a certain amount of tickets to use each month, which is based on the library's budget that they put in. Each ticket is $1 essentially, and different movies and shows cost different amounts of tickets.
Okay.
So we can set it to say that all of our users get 20 tickets a month, or whatever we want it to be. And then if they don't reach that amount, I think it rolls over. So I'd have to kind of look at what that would cost and how it would all work out.
Okay.
So it might be worth giving it another year. It's not getting a lot of use right now. It's only a couple of new people every now and then, but
Yeah.
not a whole lot. But if we have to put in a big deposit, I don't know if it's worth it to try in a month when we're in such a tight budget
Right.
time. So I have until November
Oh, okay.
to think it over. Give it a few more summer months to see if it picks up.
Yeah. You know, I keep meaning to check it out.
And you can also get it through Boston, with the Boston Library
Boston
e-card. Yeah.
Okay.
So if we don't continue it, we can always.
Is there a way to let the users that, like, do you know which users are using it?
I can find out, yeah.
So you would be able to tell them, like, we didn't have enough patron participation, but go this way and you can
Yeah.
still use it. Okay, perfect. Alright, this is gonna be one of our quick meetings, I think. Do you have any questions about the financial reports? Alright, I will move to accept the financial reports as submitted.
My second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So both financial reports accepted unanimously as submitted. And I don't have a notebook with me, so I don't know if we had anything that was going back to old business. New business, we weren't in the middle of anything. I feel like we tied things up pretty well. Let me just check this real quick. Alright. And then August is when we usually.
Did you want to do the policies this time?
Oh yeah. Those were in the emails. See, I knew there was something somewhere.
Not really, yeah.
So what are we calling that? New business?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can always wait to vote on them until Scooby's here.
Yeah.
So I started with the two of the kind of simplest policies to tackle.
Yeah.
The privacy policy, I honestly mostly just copied from other libraries because it's pretty standard
Yeah.
legalese, quasi-legalese. We won't give out patron information unless somebody has a subpoena.
Makes
Basically
sense.
what it boils down to. And then screen froze. Okay. And then the circulation policy. Mostly just wrote down what we already do. Books check out, they automatically, or books and other materials check out for a certain length of time, automatically renew. Everybody can get a library card. We don't charge fines unless things go missing. And then I guess the biggest conversation that we might have would be the decertified communities. Like I said, if you're a resident of a town without a certified library, we won't circulate materials to you. I don't know what most libraries do. I think most libraries don't circulate. Some libraries do. What it boils down to is we kind of get like credit for circulating to non-Berlin residents. That's part of the state aid program. If they're not a resident of a town with a certified library, we don't get credit for it. Except for moral credit for sharing nicely, but it doesn't come back to us in any way financially. I hope it's not something that's going to come up anytime soon around here, but
Is there anybody around us that's decertified?
no, not currently. Unless things changed very recently with the latest budget cycles. The only ones I know of are there are 4 towns without certified libraries. I think one of them has a population of like 80 people, so it doesn't even have a library building. And I think like 3 of them are all the way out in Western Mass, very tiny towns.
Yeah.
And I forget where the other one is, but the reason it came up this year is because a lot of towns are having to approve an override for their budget,
Right.
or making serious budget cuts, which usually goes to the libraries early on. So a few libraries were at risk of losing their certification. I think Bolton would have if they hadn't approved their override. They might have
Yeah, I
lost
knew
it,
that. I
so-
thought it was Bolton. I can't remember if it was
Yeah.
Bolton or Boylston. It was
So they
Which
didn't. They passed their override,
baffles
so
me
they're
because
good.
that library is like I got
As soon
scared.
as you don't get the amount of funding that you need and you can't stay open those hours, doesn't matter how nice your library is,
Yeah.
you lose it. Well, you don't lose the library, but you lose the certification.
Yeah,
Um,
no, they have so much going on. There's so many programs and stuff. I was like, if they get decertified, what's gonna happen to us?
But so the reason for not circulating to residents without a certified library is like an incentivization for those towns to fund their libraries appropriately. Because if they can say, they can't say, oh, well, we're not going to fund the library because they can just go next door and use their library. And that's fine. If the library folks can say, if you don't fund us well, then we don't get to use libraries anywhere in the state, they have more of a reason to get their funding.
Yeah.
That's the rationale behind it.
Okay.
If other
makes
ideas, I'm
sense.
open to discussion, but
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Do you have any questions about either policy, the privacy or the circulation policy? Right, we're gonna, we'll vote on it when it's next year too, yeah, the next meeting. How active do we see August being? Do we wanna, like I said before, I don't know when it started that we didn't meet. Because if you read our like blurb on My Town Government, it says we meet every month. But somewhere along the line, we've never met any.
Stop meeting on this.
I think maybe just because it's always been kind of slow, with the exception of destroy all.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to skip it and go back to September.
Doesn't really affect me either way.
For, like, if we wait to approve the policies, that doesn't matter. And then we-
I don't anticipate either of these becoming a problem anytime soon. It's, for the most part, the way we're doing everything already anyways.
Okay. Let me just see what this lovely thing says. I'm sorry, going to tell me until after this one. I feel like,
A long time ago, it doesn't have the next meeting up.
I don't know. That's where I am right now. No, it still says the next meeting is July 14th. Let me see, show list. Oh, September 8th is what it's listed as. Does that work? Yeah, I have
Works for me.
September 8th. And we're moving it to 7 because of the hours, right? Or will there be somebody? Okay.
Yeah. We can go back to 6:30.
So 6:30 works.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could either do 6 if you wanted to. Because now we'll be the only one here. Do whatever time.
I'm gonna stick with 6:30 for now,
Yeah, that's fine.
because if I don't have someone up there, I'm open till 6. So usually my husband's home in time, but
No, it's fine. I'm just saying, usually these meetings happen right after we close.
Right.
Because they always happen on the days that I'm closing. And there's nobody else to work the desk.
Right, of course.
yeah.
And then there'll be somebody here, which will be lovely.
Alright, so then our next meeting is September 8th at 6:30 here. Anything else? Then we'll move to adjourn the meeting.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.